Greetings, my fellow princeps and moderati. Let me welcome you to my small lecture on building a Titan Battleforce in the game of Adeptus Titanicus. While you listen in to my soothing voice and take in my humblest opinions, you can rest your feet from a day full of hard work, grab a glass of ammo sack. You can rework your Titan's internal cablings or polish your god engine's armor panels. So, let us start on building a Titan Battleforce. The first thing you need to consider, is it more of a narrative, fun game, or is it more of a competitive tournament game? So there are two different approaches for building a Battleforce. The first approach is the narrative one that takes in consideration what do I like to play for Titan classes and game style, and does not require to always take the best choices and the best synergies in the game. So let us start. The first point that we need to consider is the game size. Do you want to play a small game with some building limitations around 1000 points, go up to 1500, go up to 2000, or go really shit crazy bonkers and play something around 5000 plus points? That will change the way you build your Battleforce. If you play something around smaller scale games, there are only fewer options, because you always need to field the mandatory choices of at least one maniple, and the one that is the cheapest is the Lupical Light maniple with 3 Warhound Scout Titans, and if you equip them the cheapest, you need to invest 600 points for a maniple and a rule-wise legit list when you don't consider playing a free game or these free play style. So it depends on the game size which Titan class you can kinda unlock and maybe how many engines you can field. Keep that always in mind, cause Adeptus Titanicus is kind of these how many activations do I get and how many activations do the enemy get meta game. The next point after the game size is definitely your playing style and your favorite Titans. Do you like to play it more of a laid back shooty list, go around with some of those shooty Titans with long range weaponry, something of a Reaver Battle Titan and up in the scale, or do you want to go real fast and up close, considering playing Warhound Scout Titans and go really crazy fast up to the enemy lines? In this occasion you can think, which is my favorite Titan class? In my occasion it's always the Reaver Battle Titan, and I try to build lists something around the idea that I got at least one Reaver on the field, maybe in a maniple or in a supporting role, cause I really love the aesthetics and the versatility of this Titan class. So that's all for this point, really easy, really straightforward. The next thing to consider is which maniple fits my playing style and maybe my favorite Titans. If I like a fast, up-close style of playing and like more of the smaller Titan classes like Warhound Scout Titans and Reaver Battle Titans, is something around the maniple choices, the mandatory choices of a Venator Light maniple, the Ferrox maniple, and the Janissary Battle Line maniple as examples for different things you can achieve with this maniple rules. If you wanna go up close, the Ferrox maniple I think, is the best of these three examples, because the special rule of the Ferrox maniple is that you get an additional point of armor penetration when you shoot from a range that is equal to the target's scale, or if you are closer. And if you are on these 2-inch threshold, you can decide if you want to shoot with the ballistic skill or the weapon skill. So this maniple is the go-to if you want to go up close and tackle your enemy down. In contrast, the Venator light maniple is the one where you can lay back with your Reaver Titan and go up close with the Warhound Titans, or some of mid-range to up close with the Warhound Titans. If you strip an enemy's shield with a Warhound Scout Titan's attack, the Reaver Titan of this maniple can shoot one free attack with one of his weapon if the enemy is in his firing arc, and yada yada yada. The other thing is the Janissary battle line maniple, which is really good if you play it in conjunction with knightly support, because every time you activate the Titan in the movement phase, you can activate a knight banner that started in 6 inches of this Titan directly after this. So these are 3 examples for a maniple with 3 different gaming styles, but that all got the same mandatory Titans: 1 Reaver Battle Titan and 2 Warhound Scout Titans. If you want to go more of a heavy shooty gaming style and the Warlord Battle Titan is your thing, maybe the Extergimus maniple is your way, where you start with 3 mandatory Warlord Battle Titans. This all comes down to personal taste, and I can't recommend you this is the maniple to go to and this is the best, or you should play this. This one got a tricky synergy effect. I think choose the maniple that fits your gaming style and your favorite Titans, and you're good to go. The next thing that you should consider is the Legio. The set of special rules, traits, war gear, and these special Princeps Senioris abilities that give some more flavor to your battle group. This also is a thing of personal taste. Do you like the narrative of the Legio? Do you like the color scheme? Do you like the rule set that you achieve while you take a specific Legio? And I don't got the go-to way which you should consider. I can only say, just take a look through all these entries. Maybe you got the campaign or narrative book at hand, or the newest edition, the Loyalist Legio book, if you want to play the more Emperor, truthful, loyal side of the coin. Or if you want to go traitor, maybe you can keep it a bit back and wait for the Traitor Legio book to get your compendium of all the Legios on the traitor side. Each Legio got his special rule set and maybe some drawbacks, and maybe it's something that adds up to your favorite playing style or your favorite Titans, and you can very easily pick one, or maybe you need to keep in consideration which works with which, and this is something more of a guesswork. In my case, I went with the Ferrox light maniple most of the times, cause I like the Warhound Scout Titans and the Reaver Battle Titans, and I like the Legio Furia and the Tiger Eyes the most due to this striking color scheme, as you maybe already recognized on all these videos we bring up. And I like the war gear option of the Hunting Auspex that gives me the opportunity to ignore a -1 to hit penalty when the enemy is further away than 12 inches, cause this one gives me the opportunity, when I choose the Ferrox light maniple that got a heavy emphasis on going up close and get their benefit there. I can equip my Titans with the hunting auspex and get even benefits on the mid to long range engagement, so I don't got all my eggs in one basket and can bring a more fluid tactic or game progression when the circumstances on the board changes. So Legio Furian and the Ferrox light maniple is the way to go for me due to these reasons. Maybe you guys and gals out there are kind of a person that likes Warhound Scout Titans and blast guns and like throwing around templates left and right, and even if a shot doesn't hit, it can potentially danger your opponent while the template is scattering, something like this. But you think, the plasma blast gun with only this 3-inch blast template is a bit small. Then you maybe can go with Legio Mordaxis, which got a special war gear option to change the 3-inch blast templates with 5-inch blast templates. And this is real shit crazy. If Warhound Scout Titans throw around 5-inch blast templates, strength 8, and each plasma blast gun does this 2 times due to 2 shots. So this is the way to go if you like these throwing templates around like free pizza. Maybe in some circumstances you're this wargamer, that guy of gamer or gal that's really like to mindfuck the opponent and want to switch around some of your mandatory choices in a maniple, and Legio Gryphonicus is the way to go for you. So let us stay at the example of the Ferrox light maniple. You got your 2 Warhounds and 1 Reaver. The Legio Gryphonicus trait says that each of these mandatory Warhounds, or maybe Warlords on other maniples, can be switched out with Reaver Titans. So for roughly 920 points you can get a Ferrox light demi maniple with 3 Reaver Titans that all benefit from the rule that they got +1 strength in the enemy's scale and can switch weapon skill and ballistics skill to your liking in the 2-inch range engagement. And you can switch out all the Warhounds and Warlords that are mandatory with Reaver Titans when you play Gryphonicus. So maybe this switcheroo thing is something for you and you want to consider to play a Legio like this. So after these 3 examples, we go with the Alligance. Something very important. Before we got the Loyalist Legio book, you could decide which Alligance you want to pick. The Loyalist Legio book is something of a more straight approach where the loyal legios are played as loyal legios, but in fact you can pick which side you want to go with, and you can play Legio Furian as a loyal legio. Keep in mind that this unlocks a small special rule. You can go loyal, you can go traitor, or you can go blackshield. The Loyalists got their adaptive tactics where they once per game can switch out 1 order on one of their Titans after the damage control phase with another order when the Titan does not get the emergency repair before, and the order that you switch can't be the emergency repair. But you maybe can do something like there is a first fire on the movement phase, then you get your damage control, and then you switch it out to a full stride to bring your Titan in a better position while the enemy was flanking you, and you can save this Titan. The Traitor Legio's unbridled hatred is more of an aggressive approach where you once per game for one of your Titans can add 2 to the move characteristics in the movement phase and add 1 to the dice value of all melee weapons to the end of this round. So if you got these charge order thing and you can go straight up, and your maybe Reaver Titan with a Chain Fist got not only 3 dice with this Chain Fist, got 4 dice plus the additional charge bonus dice, he can really wreck your enemy. The Black Shield Legios got the decentralized command, and it's kind of a once per game special rule like the Axiom Battle Line Maniple, where when you fail a command check in this maniple, Titans that are not part of this maniple can get orders further in this command phase where they are restricted otherwise. So pick your allegiance wisely, and maybe you got something that benefits your playing style, or it's kind of a special narrative flavor thing that you can apply once per game. After you pick your playing style, maniple, legio, and allegiance, maybe you got some points left for your game size. Maybe you got 200 points left, then considering picking a Knight Banner or an additional low-budget Warhound Scout Titan. Maybe you got 500 points to Titans, a big Knight Banner. Maybe you got 900 and more points while you got your first Demi-Maniple. Then maybe you need to consider putting down another Maniple in your battle force. But first things first, the Knight Support Banner. You can pick knightly support of all the classes. There is the Questores, the Cerastus, and the Acastus. You got your loyal knights and or traitor knights, and you got your Mechanicum special knights. And you can pick 2 banner per each maniple that you field. So you can play with around the idea of the Ferrox, like Demo Maniple, 1 Reaver, 2 Warhounds, and maybe field a banner of 2 Cerastus Knight Lancer and a banner of 3 Questores Knights in various loadouts. Keep in mind that you got these auxiliary Knight banners, that is the Acastus Knight. You can only field 1 auxiliary for each maniple that is chosen in the battle force, so you limit it to 1 Acastus Knight and maybe 1 other supporting Knight banner while you play 1 maniple. But you don't have to, you can play 1 maniple and 1 support, auxiliary support banner, and something like this. The other way is additional Titans, and per maniple you can field up to 1 Titan. This doesn't matter if it's a regular Titan, Warhound, Reaver, Warlord, or the auxiliary Titan classes like the Warbrigand Nemesis and the Warmaster Heavy Battle Titan. Keep that in mind, 1 Titan per maniple. The next thing is maybe an additional maniple in your battle force. So this is another Titan group with their special rules, and another Princeps Senioris with his special rules. So here comes the big thing where you can play around while building a list. So maybe we got our Ferrox Light Maniple, and it's up close, and all the Titans are equipped this way, and the Princeps got a special rule that he got even more punch in these close quarters engagement, and then we want to get something of a more protective backfield Titan class, so maybe we can field the Ferrox Light Maniple and a Corsair Demi Maniple with Reaver Titans that are more of the shooty variant, the Goth maybe, or the Hun, and that lay back and shoot from afar while the Ferrox moves relentlessly on to the enemy. There, the only thing you need to consider is, do I got enough points for this maniple to be fielded, or maybe wanna go with a full battle force of maybe 2 maniples and some knight auxiliaries and some support titans and stuff like this. This only depends on your game size. And this is all that you can think of while building a battle force in a more narrative fun style. The other way around would be more of the competitive side. And there you can switch around the approach and you can start to think about how many activations can I get and field on this gaming size. Can I get 5, 6 activations? Do I outmaneuver my enemy with 8 activations, cause maybe he is some kind of guy or gal that only fields 5 or 6 activations, stuff like this. Then I go with which allegiance would fit my playstyle. Am I the rough up to the enemy approach? Then there is only the traitor allegiance. Then there are maybe some legio traits that benefit this gaming style where I can go up close. And also the maniple would fit this gaming style. So that I got all my eggs in one basket. This is the tactic I want to play in this game, and there is nothing going in the way. I focus on this tactic and try to table my enemy and get the most points while tabling him to win this game. I don't know if this competitive thing is that good for Adeptus Titanicus, because mostly there are only minor tweaks with all these sets of rules you can get in your list building, and I think this more of a fun game narrative approach fits Adeptus Titanicus better and give you more of a fun game. So this is all we got today on list building in a nutshell. If you say, come on Dizzy, we got 2,500 points, how do you write a list? A special list with all these weapons, all this war gear and stuff, and write an example list. I can do this in another brief look if you like to. Just let me know in the comment section below. Also in the comment section you can put down your thoughts. How do you play this game or this list building game? Which is the game size that you and your local gaming group prefer, and stuff like this. In addition, I want to say thank you to all the patrons that support us on Patreon/Titanicorn in our effort to bring you out there the best Adeptus Titanicus content on the whole internet. If you're interested, our next goals are some battery packs for our camera and some more memory cards to give us more comfort while we record our games or got recording sessions. In addition, for a better lighting setup, we need a professional softbox, maybe 2, to give you a better look on the battlefield and the battle report videos. And then the next goal is an additional gaming table. We already got our urban grayish bluish environment. We got these canyon brownish orange environment, and the next one would be something we don't want to spoil here, but we're planning on a third gaming table that is nothing like the ones before. So if you want to support us, just feel free to join us on Patreon. It is highly appreciated. And now you see our current Patreons on screen, and there are recommended videos of Adeptus Titanicus content from Team Titanicorn, and nothing more to say than class dismissed and keep on wargaming.